You have exactly 3 seconds to like and subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, I'll appear in your dreams tonight. To ask for a donation for that cup of coffee, link below.
Xinjiang, a vast but sparsely populated region in northwestern mainland China, is famous for its majestic plateaus, pristine lake, mild, temperate climate, and legends of stunning beauties. However, in recent Xinjiang has become one of the most unstable regions in China. Ethnic conflicts, independence movements have led to numerous protests and even riots, causing headaches for the ruling elite in Zhongnan. This has prompted President Xi Jinping to call for the construction of an iron wall to protect Xinjiang, aiming to secure the region at all costs. But why? Before answering this question, let's explore the history and geopolitical situation of Xinjiang, also known officially as the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region. It is a provincial-level administrative unit with the largest area in China, over 1.6 million square kilometers. This area is 3 times the size of France. However, only about 3% of Xinjiang's land is considered suitable for human habitation. Therefore, according to statistics from 22, this autonomous region has a population of 26 million, ranking 21st other provincial-level administrative units in China. With its vast area, Xinjiang boasts a border stretching over 7 km, bordering 8 countries including Russia, Kazakhstan, Tajik, Pakistan, India, and Mongolia. Its nickname, the Western Gateway of Xinjiang, also stems from this. Historically, ancient texts show that humans have been present in this land since the 3rd century BC. For thousands of years, the region has been ruled by various regimes, from the Turkic Khaganate to the Uyghurs and the Mongols. From the late 18th and early 19th centuries, the Qing dynasty successfully gained control of the entire vast northwestern region, hence name Xinjiang, signifying that this land would become a new frontier protecting the mainland from the north. It is a multi-ethnic region with many ethnic minority groups living together. However, in the history of Xinjiang, Uyghur Autonomous Region, it is impossible not to mention the Uyghurs, who are the largest ethnic group, accounting for nearly 45% of the population compared to over 42% of the Han Chinese. The Uyghur language is also accepted by the central government as one of the 2 official languages in Xinjiang, with a large population and a culture distinctly different from that of the Han Chinese. The Uyghurs have always yearned for a country of their own. They revolted against the Qing dynasty and twice rose up for independence in 1932 and 1944 when political situation in China was complex, but they never achieved their dream of establishing a nation of their own after the Chinese Civil War ended with victory for General Wang Jun, who later became vice president and one of the 8 great elders of China. He was sent to Xinjiang in 1949 to pacify the grassland. With his decisive leadership, his efforts to establish a nation were unsuccessful. The Uyghurs' last cry for independence has faded since then. Despite their efforts to gain independence for Xinjiang, China has maintained its grip on the region at all costs, alongside a ruthless security policy aimed at suppressing any resistance from the local population. Beijing has also undertaken appeasement and reassurance efforts by pouring hundreds of billions of yuan into economic development in Xinjiang. Most recently, the Chinese government announced a plan to invest approximately 700 billion yuan to 95 billion USD in 133 key projects in the autonomous region within just 3 years, 2026. So what makes Xinjiang so? And first, there is the strategically crucial location of the northwestern autonomous region for China's national security and defense strategy. Xinjiang's success or failure hinges on a moment. It's a life or death situation, a matter of life or death. This is the view of the Grand Minister of Military Affairs, who led the expedition to conquer the northwestern border region. The Qingdai, when discussing the importance of Xinjiang, stated that along with Tibet, Xinjiang forms a buffer zone protecting the vast eastern plains of China's population from foreign powers. However, unlike, which is primarily characterized by majestic mountains with an average altitude of over 4,000 meters and year-round snow cover, a large part of Xinjiang is relatively flat grassland. Its convenient transportation and transnational highways make this region more vulnerable to attack than Tibet. This risk is further exacerbated by ongoing territorial disputes between China and its neighbors in Xinjiang, particularly the Sino-Indian border in Xinjiang, a constant source of trouble for Vietnam's northern neighbor. Numerous clashes have occurred between Beijing and New Delhi in the Lac region. Cold, uninhabited area with year-round snow cover and temperatures below 0 degrees. See, even in summer, despite this vast territory, this nearly 1,000-km region was once the site of a Chinese-Indian war in 1962 that claimed thousands of lives. Currently, Xinjiang remains under Beijing's control, but sporadic skirmishes between soldiers from both countries continue. A notable incident in June 2020 resulted in the deaths of at least 20 Indian soldiers. Observers believe Xinjiang remains a ticking time bomb. A single miscalculation could trigger an armed conflict or even an all-out war between China and India. Furthermore, its borders with Muslim countries, including Afghanistan, considered a cradle of Islamic extremism. Especially given the persistent Uyghur Muslim community in the region. This high risk makes Xinjiang a vital strategic point in Western China. Explain it. Why Beijing considers this vast area its #1 strategic frontier. In the National Border Defense System, a series of military maneuvers aimed at ensuring the safety of Xinjiang have been carried out. According to some statistics, along Tibet, Xinjiang received 88% of China's domestic security budget in 2017. 1/3 of China's military personnel are currently stationed in this area. A number of military bases, including 360 aircraft and helicopter landing pads, have been built. Many large-scale military exercises have also been conducted by Beijing in Xinjiang to help its soldiers familiarize themselves with the terrain and climate of the Northwest Autonomous Region. Xinjiang, not only a vital border region but also plays an extremely important role in China's national defense strategy by being the site of Beijing's nuclear weapons tests, deep within the vast Samco area, which is as large as Jiangsu province but not marked on maps, lies a Milan base. Inside this, one can find a tire explosion test site, which is also China's earliest and only nuclear test site is located here. 1960, Beijing successfully detonated its first atomic bomb, officially placing China among the world's nuclear powers. According to satellite images up to 2022, the test sites in Xinjiang are still maintained and even expanded by China, raising concerns about a nuclear arms race among major powers. We cannot deny the role of the Xinjiang test sites in strengthening China's deterrence capabilities, making rivals wary. This is what Zhongnanhai needs to maintain its hegemonic ambitions. Its strategic location, though somewhat lacking the protection of natural fortifications, coupled with its crucial role in strategic nuclear forcing, means that if not carefully protected, Xinjiang could become a significant defense threat to Beijing. Not only in terms of defense, its geographical location also makes Xinjiang a treasure. From another perspective, trade in this region has historically been a crucial part of the Silk Road, a necessary passage for the exchange of goods between China and its western neighbors. Today, Xinjiang continues to play a leading role in Beijing's efforts to revive its ambition to dominate international trade through the Belt and Road Initiative. This ambitious plan, announced in 2020, outlines 5 main belt routes, with Xinjiang playing a core role on Routes 3 and 5 connecting China to Europe. These routes include 20 border crossings, 17 land border crossings, and 3 air border crossings, along with a developed railway and highway system. Xinjiang possesses all the necessary conditions to serve as a major transit hub, allowing goods and Beijing's influence to penetrate vast markets in Central Asia, and Europe. Furthermore, Xinjiang's trade holds immense significance for China's survival. The energy from continuously operating factories, the dazzling lights of cities with bustling streets, these are clear proofs of China's remarkable development after more than 40 years of reform. However, all this prosperity could be threatened, along with the livelihoods of billions of people, if Beijing's energy supply is disrupted. In this context, the Xinjiang Autonomous Region emerges as a universal key to solving China's energy problem. According to statistics, Xinjiang has a total verified oil reserve of 670, accounting for 15% of China's total. The total verified natural gas reserve in this autonomous region has also reached 6 trillion cubic meters, equivalent to 18% of the total reserves possessed by the mainland, according to documents from the East and West Xinjiang Economic Research Institute. The network of oil and gas fields in Tarim and Zhongga has continuously supplied energy to the whole of China for more than 20 years. Besides oil, coal is also a significant resource. Xinjiang's significant coal reserves, accounting for 25% of the country's total coal production, 450 billion tons, continue to fuel power plants and contribute to Beijing's heavy industrial output. Furthermore, valuable minerals such as iron, zinc, copper, chromium, nickel, and tuff are also found in considerable quantities in this northwestern autonomous region. Beyond its native resources, Xinjiang is a crucial hub for foreign oil and gas imports, meeting China's enormous energy needs. Beijing developed 4 cross-border oil and natural gas pipeline networks at China. Myanmar pipeline entering Ruli, Yunnan province, and Eastern China, Russia pipeline entering Mo, Heilongjiang province, and 2 northwestern networks, one from 3 Central Asian countries, Yemen, and the other from Russia, both located in Guangzhou. These pipelines also have the highest transport volumes of oil and gas. China's oil and gas from Xinjiang, once extracted and imported, will be transported to key economic and financial centers across the country's east-west transportation network: Guangxi, Jiangsu, Zhejiang, and Hong Kong. Although geographically distant, over 400 million people in these regions benefit daily from this energy flow from Xinjiang. Xinjiang bears a heavy responsibility as a crucial link in the national energy chain. If Xinjiang encounters problems, Beijing will have no choice but to rely entirely on high-cost, weather-dependent sea transport. Coupled with the US's hegemonic position across the globe, this will be the price Beijing will pay if it fails to maintain control of Xinjiang. In that, not only will China's energy security be jeopardized, but its entire economy will face serious problems. Beyond the tangible benefits of national security, energy, and maintaining control of Xinjiang also brings immense intangible value to the Beijing government. Since gaining control of the northwestern grasslands in the 1940s and stifling all challenges and attempts at self-preservation, Beijing has gradually developed Xinjiang from a barren region into a gold mine in many aspects. These successes have made the Uyghur Autonomous Region a symbol of power and the ambition of Zhongnanhai to become a dragon. In that ambition, the dragon's claws will surely have to hold tightly onto the pearl called Xinjiang, because the consequences of losing this region could severely disrupt Zhongnanhai's geopolitical power. First, a domino effect could begin in Xinjiang and spread to other separatist regions such as Tibet or Hong Kong. Next, the ambition to bring Taiwan back could also collapse once Beijing has to strain itself to handle domestic security issues in the northwestern border region. Finally, Beijing's position on the international stage could be destroyed by internal instability. And that would be a cold shower on the Chinese dream that the nation is. Day and night, the Xinjiang Autonomous Region, with its vast land and sparse population but immense value, has been, is, and will continue to be a strategic piece on the geopolitical chessboard of China and the South. It will be difficult for Beijing to let go of this, as the benefits that Xinjiang brings will directly affect not only the ambitions, but also the survival of the country with 1 billion people.